What's up, my Koopa Troop? It's Koops, and welcome back to another episode of One Piece Treasure Cruise. Last time we did Clash Duval, and we used a Blackbeard team comp to defeat him. This time we'll be doing Clash Duval 40 Stamina Master again, but we'll be using a different team comp. I just want to show off another option of beating him, especially if your Blackbeard isn't a very low cooldown. Mine isn't either. It's pretty much at the very far end. It still is beatable with my guy at a 23 cooldown, but man, it would be nice to have it at a max 15. This time we'll be using Legend Luffy. It works very similar to a Gear 3 Luffy. I won't be showing off a striker team, but they would work. The reason I'm not showing off a striker team is because it relies heavily on using Aokiji as a booster, and my Aokiji has terrible special cooldown. Yeah, this game really, your teams are really dependent on your characters, and then not just the characters, but their cooldown. So it gets kind of annoying. The raid bosses, you want to make sure to max those cooldowns as quickly as possible, but some of them are very difficult, like the Aokiji one and stuff like that, so it gets pretty tough pretty fast. I'm looking for someone with a bind, because I need one more bind. This guy is perfect. Actually, he's more than perfect. He's great. So we'll be using this guy. Here's what my team comp looks like. I will be using double Gear 3, or not Gear 3, sorry, Legend Luffy's. Mine is called slightly different because I have the new one. Mine's a Duval in the Great Age of Pirates, and this is the original Log Luffy or Voyage Dream. They do the same thing, have the same character. For whatever reason, Bandai Namco had to change the character. I don't know why, because the other one's obviously still there. They just had to change it. Now there's a different one. Yeah, whatever. I'm running Whitebeard because he's got a good special. He's got some high stats. He's a red guy. I am running as well Frankie, who I'm using because he changed his own slot to strength, but he's an enhancer. That's going to be the useful part, is the enhancing. So you could run someone else, Kaku, Kobe, just some kind of enhancer. Fossa would work as well. I will be running Captain Kid because he also is an orb changer. Really, because I have an enhancer on my team, I want to run a couple guys who can change their own slots to their correct colors. I'm running a different Usopp, not the Golden Pound Usopp, but a pirate who's by his code Usopp. This guy I'm running because, actually, he will eventually be the kind of superior Usopp once you get his special down to max, which I believe is 14 or 15, 14 I think. Right now there's no special books out for him, so it's at 21. Not a very usable special, but during the last event, I grinded like hell, and I got his sockets maxed. It was kind of stupid of me because I should have got my Golden Pound Usopp sockets maxed, but I didn't because I'm kind of dumb. But I did get this guy's maxed, which is honestly more impressive, but until I have the cooldown, he's not actually as useful, but I will be using him anyways. So that's what my team comp looks like. I have a lot of active powers. Really, I'd say the only one you actually need is to spare a socket. That would be very helpful for this one. Almost a necessity, I think. Other ones are nice. Having the bind is nice. It can be helpful in certain situations. And everything else is just cream on top, especially the cooldown. That could be useful, and the other stuff. So we'll go through this one. Because my characters, I'm using a bunch of the new characters that came out, which they're super good. They've got great specials and great stats, which is why I'm using them. However, there's no books for them yet, so their cooldowns are all in a bad range, meaning for a lot of these events, you have to stall a little bit. We don't want to get despaired here. I guess it wouldn't matter because we have the sockets, but I want to kill the girl in the back first and work on the characters in the front. With my Legend Luffy, I need to use a good, great, perfect to get the damage off, so let's do it. Once you hit the good, great, perfect, the damage comes online. You get 4 times damage. Legend Luffy has probably some of the highest damage output in the game, if not the highest. It's slightly more than Gear 3 Luffy. What happens is Gear 3 Luffy has a nice damage curve, but it's not nice. I mean, the first 3 guys, because you're hitting all perfects, do a lot of damage, and then the last 3 guys do a lot of damage. Legend Luffy, you do less damage at the start, but your last character, who has that, the very, very last character, which hopefully will be someone with a high stat, does insane damage, more than a Gear 3 Luffy team. So that's kind of the difference between them. Is that your last character will get a lot more damage off than would happen in a Gear 3 team. Also, the nice thing about Legend Luffy's is you can recover. Right there, if I use my recover early on with a good or great, you can get it. Here, I still need to stall, so I don't want to kill off those random characters I want to kill off. Or I want to kill off these 3 guys and not the animals. So let's work on this bottom right character. That guy still had 4 cooldowns, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just destroy him. I would rather have attacked the guy up on top, but auto aim lock on is just annoying, so it didn't happen. Oh, dang it. I didn't actually think he'd kill him. Oh well. I do want to stall here a little bit. I don't want to take too much damage, so I did get some nice meat orbs there so I can heal up later on. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and miss some of my attacks. Because I'm not using Blackbeard teams, I'm used to Blackbeard teams taking so much damage, I'm really scared. But these guys actually don't do that much damage in reality. You know, I was just scared because of Blackbeard teams taking so much damage. I want to kill the crab next. That guy's going to take a little while, and I'd rather work on the crab. This guy does 5 attacks. Not really. You know, it's whatever. Most of my guys do 4. I'm trying to save a couple of meat orbs. I will probably heal up. Not that I actually need it, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. I won't be taking much damage from any of the enemies later on. There, I can heal up a little bit there. But you can see I get 4270 because Legend Luffy has a lot of recovery. It's kind of stupid that he gets so much recovery for such high stats. Okay, I got some more meat orbs. I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably let this guy hit me one more time and then I'll heal up. Remember, I'm trying to wait for my specials to come up, especially... Well, really just Frankie's is the one that's important. Usopp's isn't even that important, actually, for this event. It's just... I'm using him essentially because he's socketed well. I did a good job socketing him, so I'm using all of his... I'm using him to his full advantage here. All right, I do have time to stall once more, but I'm going to go ahead and just grab some meat orbs now. All right, there we go. There's a little bit of health back. Now we're here. I need to make sure to kill this guy, as well as I do want to kill the girl. This is nice having the Usopp, because with his attacks, I can kill this thing in one go, and we'll work on the other ones. Well, actually, because I'm doing the good, great, perfect, I can't. Whatever, it's fine. Just go ahead and kill off those annoying guys at the bottom. This guy at the top really doesn't do much damage. I could stall here a little bit more if I needed to. I don't think I really need to stall much more. Next round, we'll get a little of extra stalling. We don't really need to. I guess I could, because this thing doesn't do any damage, really. He's going to... Yeah, I can go stall here. By hitting all perfects, I'm pretty much stalling. This thing's going to boost his defense. Whatever. He didn't even attack me. I think he just boosted his defense. I can go ahead and kill him this time. That was a free stall. Nice super defense there, you stupid penguin. Down he goes. All right, remember this event, we do need to kill all the girls in the back because they will despair our captain. And we can't have that happening. He will change all of our slots to bad, which sucks for us. But nothing we can really do about that. Normally the special would change his slot to strength. That won't happen now because of the block. But we want to use the special anyways because we want to kill off those girls. What I'm going to do right here is get rid of all the bad orbs, and then next turn I'll kill them with normal orbs. So to because I mean I could just kill this guy right here, but it's fine. Just hitting all perfects will do a lot of damage, or not a lot, do some damage to him. It'll change my orbs to whatever they are now. And I'll hit the good, great, perfect, and we'll go from there. All right, I kept one of my strength orbs, which is good. Not that it matters. That guy's special will change his slot to strength anyways. So nice, got some good orbs there. Funny face. This is where the despair comes really in handy. That'll get rid of that right away, so you don't have to deal with waiting one turn. Otherwise, you'd want to do something about that. All right, now we'll go ahead and use our specials. This will make it pretty easy. First, we'll reduce all the enemies' HP by 30%. This is not necessary by any means. You don't need a white bear in your team. It just obviously helps. Next, we'll use Usopp. He will reduce enemies' HP by 10%. This is why this Usopp will eventually replace Golden Pound Usopp as the superior Usopp. His same thing, 3-turn cooldown, but I mean, sorry, he delays them by 3 turns, but it's the 10% reduction. That's so huge. The other guy has a 10-turn cooldown. This guy will max at 14, so very similar. However, maybe Golden Pound Usopp will still be better in some places, but I think for most raids, you'll want this guy instead. All right, so now we've got them delayed. Not that it matters. We've lowered everyone's HP by something like 37 or something percent. We can go ahead and change this guy's slot to red. You can see where we're going with all this. We'll be using Frankie to boost slots in a second. If this guy had a bad slot, we would use this anyways to do it. This will also just do a ton of damage. It'll probably kill off the enemies in the back. We've already done tons of damage to Duval. He's going to die so quick, he's not even going to know what happened to him. Next, we'll use the Frankie special, which will boost slot effects. It'll also change his own slot to red, but everyone actually already has some pretty good slots. I had no slot movement, but you can see if I had gotten lucky, I would have had guaranteed 3 of my characters with red slots, so that would be fine. Let's do the good, great, perfect, and win. Oops, hang on. Good, great, perfect. Yeah, I screwed that one up a couple times. It's not really going to matter. We'll be able to kill him this time right here, but ideally that wouldn't have happened. He would have bound us 2 there. Yeah, don't do what I just did, which is screw it up and hit great instead of good, great, perfect. That was just me showing you what not to do. Don't you guys appreciate me going out of my way to really screw that up? No? No? Okay, okay, never mind. You know what? Never mind. All right, well, okay. I was showing you what not to do. In truth, that's super easy to win. I don't know why I messed that up, but that's always the danger of the Gear 3 Luffy teams and the Legend Luffy teams. That's why I'm not a huge fan, because sometimes, yeah, I don't know, your iPad lags or some issues come up and you lose and you feel really sad because it wasn't supposed to be like that, but it just sometimes goes. Anyways, that's not still super fast because I'm waiting for some of these new specials to come off cooldown. To do it potentially faster, instead of waiting for the Usopp and the Frankie, you know, you could come over here and say, all right, who's actually needed for this team? Well, I like killing all the enemies in 1 turn at the back, so I like Legend Luffy. Or, you know, you could use someone else. But I could get rid of Frankie and Usopp and use a couple other characters. For example, my Frankie is not socketed. Wait, hang on. I thought I could see him. Yeah, there he is. He's not socketed whatsoever. So really, I'm just using him for an enhancer. Well, if that's the case, I got other enhancers with much lower cooldowns. I could use Boa Hancock, or the Wedding Boa Hancock. I could use Kaku. I could use Kobe. But really, we don't need Frankie. He's just nice that he's a red enhancer because I wanted the red team. He also has a huge attack stat. So, but truthfully, I could get rid of him. This Usopp, really, I don't need the delay because you're going to kill everyone in 1 turn. I'm using him for the sockets. Well, maybe just get rid of him and, you know, use someone else that's red and has a couple of good sockets instead. So that would work fine too. You know, so there's definitely some ways to speed up this a little bit. I wanted to show off some of this stuff. That would be pretty cool. You can also run like an Alvida and tank some damage if you needed to. I think this event's pretty easy. I've been messing around showing you guys some different comps, but I think you have to really focus on what you need to beat this. And if I say, hey, I need 17 is my most I want to wait, what can I find that's lower than 17 so I can speed through this event a little bit faster? Ideally, in a perfect world, I think the double Blackbeard team comp, not with Marco and stuff, is the fastest. You get them down to 15 cooldowns. Maybe you have a cooldown reduction somewhere on your team together, and now you're looking at 14 turns. That's got to be the fastest way to beat this event. I think that's the way you should look at doing it. That's just my 2 cents, so, you know, take it as you will. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. That's a couple ways of beating Clash Duval Rage. Let me know in the comment section if you have much better ways, if I'm super stupid and you have a genius plan that I'm just totally missing. So, you know, I'd appreciate it. And with that, that'll be it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, GG.